The Assassin's Dagger, a fast melee weapon based entirely around trying to hit enemies in their back. Sort of a cumbersome maneuver, but if you can manage to pull it off, you're rewarded with 3 times damage critical. Not too shabby at all. In the past, this weapon, I would say, it's always been overall pretty good, but most notably, I would use it a lot for new game runs. If you're starting up a new save file, it's very easy to get this weapon. The blueprint appears directly above the entrance to the promenade, and because you can unlock it from the collector at any point in time, you can pretty much choose what level of weapon that you want. You want to grab it immediately before the Hand of the King. It is very easy to get a powerful melee weapon going right into the final boss fight on a new save file. However, now the gimmick is going to be its tactic scaling. Ooh, I'll take that. And I'm going to try to get a melee tactics run going. Motion Twin, for the past couple updates, has tried to make melee tactics be more of a thing. And I do think that it is pretty successful, especially with some of the new types of mutations that have been introduced, even though I have yet to unlock all of those. It's just, I think that it's something that works pretty well on 0 to 2 boss cells. When you start to get to like 3 to 5, not nearly as good. But I'm going to just try to get that to work anyway. I think the plan is that if it is just a total no-go, if I am, dying before I can even beat the first boss or whatever, because, well, again, you're going melee against enemies that can take you down in very few hits. Oh, okay, that works. I might switch it back down to like 2-cell difficulty. That said, as it is, I think the explosive decoy is going to help a lot. Phaser is absolutely going to help a lot. I mean, that is just a match made in heaven for this particular weapon. Because, I mean, hey, you're meant to be hitting enemies in their back. This shoots you directly to an enemy's back and allows you to do even more damage on top of that. And I mean, even got the Boy's Axe working in there pretty well. If I can get a little bit of poison synergy on there, it also roots enemies to the ground, allowing me to get in back of them. Not too shabby at all. The only thing is that, just can't take a hit at all. And, of course, Tactics does not really have too much ability to heal, so it's just we'll see how it goes. I'm kind of tempted to take the Heart immediately, but I think instead what I'm going to do is take Disengagement. Ultimately, I'm probably going to be getting the last hit point. Oh, there we go. I'm probably going to be getting, the last hit point saving mechanic more often than not, and thankfully Disengagement does proc on that, so why not? I mean, can't ask for too much worse of a start to the run. It's just we'll see how this goes after this. So when am I going to talk about the DLC? I wanted to get the showcase details out of the way first, but let's talk about Bad Seed. So we got a new update coming out, Q1 2020, and 2 new biomes, 1 new boss. It sounds like it's going to be sort of an early game type of thing. From what I understand, it's going to be replacing, well, giving a 3rd option to the Concierge and Conjunctivius fights. And the fact that it's apparently going to be Arboretum and a... Yeah, that was close. It's going to be an Arboretum type of area as well as a swamp type of area makes me think that we might finally get a little bit of that deep water mechanic that I've always wondered if they're ever going to put in the game. Because when you're walking around in deep water, about up to the character's head, you do move slower and stuff like that. Which made me always wonder if they were ever going to be putting in like a biome based around that in one way or another. Sort of had that a little bit in the Stilt Village at one point in time, but didn't really appear too much. I think the more interesting thing is that in the castle, there are 2 areas that now correspond to 2... Oh my. That correspond to 2 eggs. The 2 of the mini-boss areas correspond to 2 areas that actually exist. Specifically the 5-cell area, as well as the... Okay. 5-cell area as well as the ossuary. But now with this new update, the thorny area that I always called the botanic laboratory is going to have finally have a counterpart as well, which is interesting. Almost like it was a little bit of a hint at future content if you just looked at the mini bosses that you can find in the castle. Of course, I think probably the most interesting thing that people have seen is the two-handed weapons. We now got a gigantic scythe shown in a... No, might as well go full damage, why not? Now got a gigantic scythe shown in a GIF that appears to be, well, I think it's also been explicitly stated to be a two-handed weapon in the sense that it takes up 2 slots and is apparently like gigantic and would be overpowered if it only took up 1. Cleaving through enemies, no problem at all. And I guess that's going to be something of a new type of, new set of weapons that's probably going to be introduced in the Bad Seed update when it eventually comes out. Now, how useful is that going to be? Well, I mean, I guess if the scythe, which appears to be pure survival, as I've had people telling me, it's probably going to be, you know, 4 points of survival immediately, which... One of the reasons why I always said that like tactics is very good is because a lot of the best tactics stuff is tactics only scaling, meaning that you can get 8+ points of tactics even before leaving the first area, making you, well, for the start of the game at least, quite overpowered. Oh man, go double boys axe if that was even still possible. Would be quite nice. And as much as I do like the explosive decoy, I need something that can be used a little bit more often. Besides, it'll also do more damage, and I think in the long run, just be a little bit better for me. We'll see. We'll see. So yeah, I am looking forward to seeing what's going to be up with that, because I do think it's going to be a huge boon to early game survival, if not just the entirety of survival, depending on how powerful those weapons are going to end up being, just based on that alone. And that's not even talking about like what a pure two-handed brutality weapon could be like, or even more than that, what a pure tactics scaling weapon would be. I would think that it's like, I've had somebody suggest maybe something along the lines of a, would this be better? I kind of want to go a little bit different. I use Alchemic Carbine all the time. It's a great weapon and everything, but I want to go a little bit off the beaten path. Yeah, I've had people say throwing in something along the lines of a katana type of weapon. I know that people have wanted for a really long time. Making that tactics scaling only, two-handed. Because here's the thing with tactics scaling melee weapons, as of right now. They are, for example, this one right here. They are also brutality scaling weapons, which means that even if you're like, well, it's not really working out too much as far as melee goes when it comes to tactics, you can always just be like, well, just use brutality with it. That wouldn't be the case if it was a pure tactics melee weapon. I would want to see exactly... Yeah, this seems like a very good combo. I want to see exactly what Motion Twin would come up with, what the exact mechanics would be to make it so that 0 to 5 cell mode, a melee weapon is going to be usable. Because you wouldn't have the excuse of, well, just use brutality with it. So I don't know. It's a lot of interesting looking stuff going on here, I'd like to say. Oh my god, that was so close. Yeah, if you can't hit enemies in the back... Oh. If you can't hit enemies in the back, you're kind of in a bad position, but, I managed to make it work anyway. Ah. Nope, nope, nope. Oh, curses. I mean, curses are usually not really a problem with tactics at all. It's just... Well, needless to say, this is not your average tactics run. Good. And we're going to have more powerful enemies coming up here. Well, as soon as I start to get enough damage, I'll be able to, yeah, I knew it. There we go. I'll be able to blast through enemies super easily, even if they don't have their backs facing me. Nice try. Well, okay, that was actually a very good try because I didn't hit you. Nope. Oh, have I actually gotten hit yet in the game? I think I have somehow managed to avoid that so far. Well, I mean, I don't know. DLC. I mean, especially that new boss looks pretty interesting. I don't know. It's kind of questionable because I don't really know what to expect from like a new area, especially a new area, given that they're probably going to be throwing on their A game for a paid DLC. You got me. For a paid DLC. I don't know. I suppose we're just going to have to see over time what that kind of looks like. From what I understand, there's also going to be a closed alpha or beta, depending on who you're talking to. But you have to sign an NDA to get into that. And I feel like, I don't know, not being able to talk about that for a very long time, I think I might just be like, nah. I can wait. I can be patient. It's definitely an interesting time in Dead Cells. And of course, as soon as I just started up a new set of runs for showcases, I'm going to be having everything change up immediately. But hey, at least a whole new set of weapons to be doing, if nothing else. Obviously, as soon as the weapons come out, I'm going to be... Nope. Also, thank you so much for playing my game. As soon as the new weapons come out, I am going to be doing showcases of them, much like I did with the... Okay, maybe not immediately, but I did them before doing any other showcases for the new boss-based weapons. Look, I'm back on track now. I was feeling a little bit of ennui, but we're back, There you go. That's the sort of combo that I like seeing. I do think that, you know, of the sort of more melee... Nope. Sort of the more melee-based skills that you get for a tactics run, Wave of Denial is definitely up there. It is just... It's because he's invisible. Can't see him. Yeah, Wave Denial is up there. It is so good at stopping you from taking a ton of damage just as an emergency button. It's quite nice. It's just... Whoa! I cannot believe that I did not get hit there. I was trying to phaser, but it wasn't quite working. I mean, something like Tornado can also deflect projectiles and everything like that, but I do think that you get so much more use out of the Wave Denial just because you can use it so much more often. And that can be the difference between life and death, depending on what sort of enemy you're going up against. At least even if you can't really get behind those guys too well. I mean, they are as much ninjas as I am. You can breach them fairly easily just by going in very hard on the damage. Oh boy, that was... you know, I think that I am going to have to just take this one slow. And I know usually when I say that I'm going to take a run slow, I end up barreling non-existent head first into the next enemy I see. It's just... This time, I might actually have to do it. Not really my play style. Mostly along the lines... Mostly what I like to do is something along the lines of... always keep moving, because otherwise I think that people are getting bored, because I'm stupid. Nice try, Saucy Dan. Now, anyway, can I get rid of these guys so I can at least see what's going on around here? But no, I think, like, actually pulling enemies like this... And, you know, being a little bit more prudent in the way that I go about attacking any sort of the characters around here is going to be the order of the day. I mean, the thing is, yeah, I said before the last time that I was doing a tactics-based run that ultimately you're going to be most successful if you are tactical with how you're approaching things. And this is going to be that way. For that sort of thing, for example... It's like that's exactly what you're looking for when it comes to trying to play this type of run. And although I have been mostly successful so far, early game tends to be where tactics shines, and then late game is where it gets more questionable and rough and difficult all over the place. Good. Now, as much as I would love to... Ooh. Well, let's just see what it is, because I feel like I am kind of... This run is working out as much as I would love to have a nice turret here. If I had something very good on there... well, anyway, going to be going to the ossuary, because especially when it comes to the Assassin's Dagger, you need to kind of plan out your route well. Because the Giant, the Conjunctivius, do not have backs. I mean, I guess the Giant does have a back, it's just not in any way that you can actually hit. And that's a problem. What's going to be the best? You know, sure. Because slowing down enemies means more back hitting. Why not? So yeah, you definitely want to go... There's a very specific route you want to take if you're going to be taking the Assassin's Dagger. It kind of even works a little bit in the whole a new game type of thing that I was talking about before. The idea that you are going to be going through the traditional basic route just because those enemies actually take a lot more damage from your Assassin's Dagger compared to, well, Conjunctivius. And the individual tentacles do still have backs, which is... yeah. It's just the Conjunctivius herself does not... Oh, right, I forgot Thornies are also going to not be very nice to me right now. I was kind of hoping that I could kill that elite immediately by just having enemies fall on top of him. No such luck. Good. Yeah, see, it's working out quite well as far as the crow's feet go. You know what? This is gonna work. So yeah, it's I did the last time that I did an Assassin's Dagger run on stream. By the way, rip that stream because copyrighted music. I did die to... Oh, he jumped directly over them. I did die to trying to go up against the Giant. I knew it was a bad idea, but I wanted to give it a try anyway. And as nice as it is to have a good, fast melee weapon like this, it does not really stand up to, you know, the giant fists, as you could say. Oh well, it's gonna be a traditional route, but as of right now, it's actually been surprisingly successful. I'm still saying that this is not the major test of the run. No, the major test of the run is going to be when I get into, like, the castle especially. Because that is when enemies are really going to be bringing their A game. And I am very likely to be dying in single hits, especially going up against them with this type of build. So if that worst comes to worst, I will end up... There we are, there we are. Like I said, I will end up probably... I'm thinking that go down to 2 boss cell mode, because that's where I think that this type of build is going to shine and is going to be really effective. So just know that if this does have a little tag on the end that, well, if this doesn't have the usual 5 boss cells active tag on the end, you can kind of guess what happened there. At some point in time, I probably will end up doing a crow's feet only type of run, which I guess is supposed to be the way that that you say caltrops in French or something. Something that you're probably only going to want to do on like 0 cell mode at best if you're doing caltrops only, but hey, you can't say that it's entirely ineffective right now. I thought I would have been out of range of that. I don't know. I mean, Thornies are actually being taken down by this thing really well, and it is opening up the type of opportunities to hit enemies in the back that I was hoping to get. No, it's not too bad at all, and I think that this is exactly what you would be normally looking for when it comes to this type of run. I do think that if you want to go melee tactics, that you probably instead would take something like the Sadistic Dagger. You can always get the critical on that thing going and working for you. It's just a lot more difficult on this type of weapon. Oh boy, this is going to be something, isn't it? Oh man. Yeah, there we go. Phaser is definitely going to be my best friend here. If I can even get into a position where it's not getting wombo comboed. Good. And done. Sure. I do think that the same tactics as, well, normal tactics are going to apply here, in the sense that you're just going to want to try to get as much damage as possible. You know, try to really just blast down enemies before they're even able to do anything, and then, you know, Bob's your uncle. That's it. That's the entire strategy. Good. Oh yeah, very much taking out those lacerators, no problem at all. I don't know, eventually it might be worth it to try going for, I don't know, acceptance alienation type of combo. It's just unlike a usual type of tactics run, which would be able to deal with curses much better. This is not so much. I mean, you see how I'm dealing with the Thornies right now? Or do you see how I dealt with that last curse? Same type of deal. Yeah, you know, going back to the two-handed weapons, though, it's an interesting idea. It reminds me a lot of old school, I think it was, I don't remember, I think Majora's Mask had a weapon that would take up 2 slots, so you couldn't use your shield. And that can be something of an issue, because I remember even in that game, the inability to hold up your shields was a big deal. That could really put you in a bad position if you were, say, going up against something that you would normally need a shield for. So, oh boy. Well, this is going to be a hard play. I guess I'm just going to have to see kind of how they work, because obviously I have done many a run with just a single weapon alone at this point in time. So it's not like the inability to have a Hokuto's bow, shield, whatever, is going to be impossible to work around. It's just going to be rough. It's going to be rough and tough. And given that the current scythe is so gigantic and apparently can just hit a million different things in a single swipe, maybe it's just going to be that those individual weapons are straight up overpowered, at least to a certain extent. Except for the fact that you don't have those secondary types of weapons there. I should really be using this boy's axe. I've had it the entire time. Much like the people who are telling me, who are always shouting at me to use like the parry with the shield and everything like that. Reasonably so, but still. Oh right, can't use head right now. Oh well, I don't need it. So I got the boy's axe. Boy's axe does provide that little bit of extra range that I desperately need right now for when I am playing double extra cautious. Which again, I said that I was going to, and then I really didn't. Oh well, can you blame me? Yes, you can. But can you understand my position is what I'm saying. Alright, alright. The caltrops down here are also going to be fairly nice. Or they're just going to ignore it, I guess. Poison synergy is going to be also very nice when I come up against this next boss. Nope, that was close. 20 curse. I mean, I'm not... Don't get me wrong. I'll take as much curse as I need to get all of the stats that I can possibly get. I'm still going like 20... At this point in time, 20 of a single stat before you get to the first boss is kind of a rare occurrence, unless you happen to get some very good necklaces here. So I'm not too disappointed in that. It's just, I'm worried. And also that whole voice in the back of the head that says, hey, if you're not moving forward, people are getting bored. Oh, boy. Oh, and of course, yeah. Well, they can't attack me on the elevator. That is a sanctuary for me for some reason. Good. Just double extra cautious. Double extra cautious. I mean, I was thinking that the explosive decoy that I got at the very start of the game was going to probably play a little bit more, the ability to be invisible on demand, but that just didn't, I don't know, I feel like I'm getting just so much more usage out of the wave of denial comparatively. Just knocking around enemies is helping a lot when it comes to this sort of getting rid of curse type of situation that I found myself in. It's quite good. I'm definitely gonna have to go buy at least like a chunk of watermelon when it comes to the food shop, though. The healing, I haven't gotten hit a whole lot, but the amount of times that I have gotten hit is making me worried. Oh boy, I think I am gonna have to go down here. And there's a lot of unfriendly fellows, to say the least. I think what I'm gonna do is this. That takes out that. Leaves the failed experiment ready for me to get, and that should be the combo I'm looking for. And that, and just, I always want to give a very wide area for the little slimelings to go around, because those guys do actually do a lot of damage, or do damage very quickly, and can sneak up on you with a lot of damage easily. No problem at all. Okay, curse taken care of. I was almost wondering that since I got the Explorer's Rune proc, if I had enough enemies left in the area to get rid of the curse. Not a problem though. Like I was saying in the last episode, it's not really going to be too big of a deal to try and get a curse, or not a curse, but a legendary item when it comes to the boss fight. But I'm still going to try anyway. Who knows? Maybe it could be something amazing. I mean, I already kind of gave up on a colorless shield, which, as much as I would like that, I don't know, Boy's Axe, when I remember to use it, has been working out quite well. Hey, come on, dude. Can I get the 60 kills here? I think I might be able to if I just, like I said, always play extra cautious. Third prize is you're cautious. Okay, and... okay, well, that's something. I mean... Oh! Huh. Yeah, I remember somebody telling me that, yeah, you can have a legendary and a regular version of the item. That's literally never come up until right now. So I guess there's the one way that you can still get some of those good synergies. It's not much, to say the least. Huh. Yeah, it's... I'm remembering right now that, yeah, somebody did tell me that was possible, but it's like, this is literally the first time it's come up. Oh man, that's goofy. Well, I'm going to try to re-roll that to get poison on there. Re-roll costs for legendary items are fairly low and everything like that. But if I can get that poison again, that would be the ideal circumstance. And right now, I should have enough money to do whatever. I'm going to go back up to the food shop real quick. Make sure that I have that... Also, I only have 2 enemies left here. Just do that. There and there. Okay. Yes, what was I saying? I'm gonna go back to the food shop to get just a chunk of watermelon. I'm not even gonna worry about the malaise for right now. And then, yeah. See if I can't just spend my 100,000 gold or whatever re-rolling stuff to try to get the poison back on there, or even release a toxic cloud, which would be quite nice. All right, that's an interesting area. It is an interesting area that we've gone through so far, but I am fairly satisfied with how this run is going. It's still early in the run, though. There is so much time for things to go so poorly so quickly. Always, 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 always. I always say, Dead Cells, you're never safe. If you think you're safe, well, just wait, because around the corner there's going to be a lot of very bad enemies coming right up against you. Repeater crossbow also would probably be pretty good with Boy's Axe, but obviously no. No, none of these are... All those are a little bit too close to... once again, kind of... Come on. There you go. I mean, that's... as much as I would like to also get 100% on poison, it's like, don't press your luck. You're gonna get whammied. Which is a reference to the 1970s game show, Press Your Luck. Anyway. Since I know nobody's going to understand that. Yeah. Okay, well. That's what I'm looking for. And that good combo, too. Of course, he's going to very quickly gain resistance against... stunning and all that, but if I'm lucky, that's not really going to be coming up. He will be dead before that. Ah. Okay, and let's go. Close. Oh, he's walking in the caltrops. That's why he's slowing down. For some reason, that didn't click in my brain. I don't know why. Yeah, okay. Come on. I'd like to at least see what that legendary item is, and also, like I've been saying, taking any amount of damage is bad. Don't do that if you can. All right. Might actually just be able to finish him off with the axe. Easy enough here. There we go. Not too bad at all. Also slowed down death animation, which is goofy. Caltrops, interesting, but you know, I always say, slowness can create unpredictability, and unpredictability will get you killed. It's always that in these type of games where it's like, as much as I do love having enemies move at a little bit more manageable of a pace, that does mean that I don't have the timing down as well. And that's bad. Maybe like in the Assassin, well, if I had something like the... I think I had the opportunity to take a pyrotechnics earlier, but not right now. Though, if I did manage to get a... ice shard, that would also be worth taking. Yeah, well... that's also slowing down enemies, though, so maybe a questionable play. Not too questionable, though. I think that that gets a 4 times damage modifier on oiled up enemies. You know, talking about like really good criticals. Oh well, as it is another area where the phaser and Boy's Axe combo is king. I mean, I said before, like, in previous times that I've been doing Assassin's Dagger based runs, I've done several at this point in time, I guess, now that I'm thinking about it. Not as much as, like, Death Orb, though. That the whole hitting enemies in the back mechanic is weird. It doesn't really come up much of anywhere else in the game. It is... screwed that up pretty bad. Yeah, it doesn't really come up much of anywhere else in the game. You got phaser. You got, yeah, gotcha. You got phaser. You got Assassin's Dagger, which are both nice. They're both good, and obviously they are made for each other in a lot of ways, but they're sort of gimmicky in the way they work. For some time, I know there was a, come on. Really can't see me? For some time, I know there was an affix that allowed you to get a, well, what was it, 15% extra damage if you hit an enemy in the back. I don't remember the last time I've seen that, though, so... I hate you so much. What? You shouldn't be able to turn around when you're... What? That is weird. Yeah, it's like haven't really... I don't know if they've taken that out of the game or something, because I swear I have not seen that for quite some time at Affix. But yeah, aside from that, it's just Phaser and Assassin's Dagger. Assassin's Dagger and Phaser. There are a couple like weird gimmicky things like that. Spartan Sandals, Shove Shield. Same with like the Wrenching Whip Impaler, like moving enemies around was a mechanic that Motion Twin really tried to implement, but didn't work super well. I mean, eventually it did become... Spartan Sandals became a lot more usable over time, which is great considering how much of like almost a joke weapon they were for a very long time. But like Shove Shield, Impaler, Wrenching Whip, all of those, you never really think too much about their whole moving around gimmick. Same thing, I mean, here it's really the fact that you have such a huge critical. The 3 times damage is nothing to scoff at. That was very close. 3 times damage critical is nothing to scoff at, and it can do a lot of damage, especially when paired up with the Phaser. Little gimmicky things like that. It just almost feel like sort of a relic of the past when in the game development. Though, like I said, unlike Movement, I think that at least Assassin's Dagger is still a very usable weapon, unquestionably so. And being, you know, given that Motion Twin was always referring to the melee tactics build as the Assassin's build, I mean, how could I not do this? Not only was it a type of build that I struggle with a lot, needless to say, it is also... It is also one that it's in the name. I think there ain't just one match made in heaven with the Phaser and the Assassin's Dagger. We also got the fact that this is the Assassin's... I should have threw on an Assassin's costume. I didn't even think about that. And I am going to be going... well, the Assassin's costume. The Timekeeper's costume, who was formerly known as FKA the Assassin. Alright, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to down... yeah, right now I'm going to down you. And then worst comes to worst, I can also afford a potion charge. And I might end up doing that. It's going fairly well right now. I mean, at least the slight attempt to be more cautious, even though I keep continuously forgetting about that. You know, is this what it's like being old? You get locked into your ways and whatever. I guess. I'm still doing okay, is what I'm saying. No and no. Did I actually manage to hit him out of the animation before he hit the ground? I don't think so, but it kind of looked like that. Good, good. Yeah, there are some enemies that are just kind of weird when it comes... because rooted enemies should not be able to turn around. See the entire fight that I had against the Concierge just a moment ago. But it seems like for some reason the infested zombies, I think they're called, they didn't care about that. They just decided, no, I'm going to turn around anyway. Which, I mean, what am I going to say? No? You can't do that? Ha! You're ranged enemies. You can't even hit me from this close. And there we go. Boom goes the dynamite. I kind of want that gold as well as the cell still, but I also really want a lot more damage. More damage, the better. And how much am I getting off of Scheme, for example? A pretty substantial increase. Especially if I am not hitting them, if I'm like using Wave of Denial into an attack rather than Phaser. Obviously, Phaser ups the damage just a huge amount. Do I want to switch this out yet? I don't know. I feel like I kind of want to stay true to the run I've been doing so far. Just because it has been... I mean, it's largely the fact that I haven't gotten hit much at all, but it's working. It's functional. Also, the ability to like fly around with phaser and everything like that does make it at least somewhat simple to sneak up on enemies. Bosses are gonna be nightmares though, and I know it. Okay, as much as I do want to be a little bit more cautious here, I do need to just get out of here right now. Also, 60 kills? Yeah, 68 in fact. There we go. Now it's the perfect number of kills. I should probably avoid killing any more enemies to ruin such a nice number. Terrible. Let's go into the Sepulchre. Why? Because the Sepulchre, I think, is... You know, I'm going for, like, the other thing that would have been good for an outfit would be, like, the ninja build. You know, go full-on assassin. And I do think that skulking around in the darkness in the Sepulchre here is going to be appropriate. If I just hurt... Oh, well, there's the ice shard. Everything else I'm not... Like, come on. The boy's axe has been doing me so good as far as a nice opener, a good way to set up synergies as well as criticals, everything like that. Oh, and I didn't even end up needing the potion charge. Which, I mean, not that I would... I guess I could have went and bought that piece of watermelon to kind of top off my health, but nah, it's fine. It's fine. Quite the... Yeah, this is a run, certainly. Not the traditional sort of tactics one, but I do think it's just like, you get the right stuff here, especially the phaser. The phaser, I don't want to discount at all. If there is something that I want to end up replacing... I mean, I'm actually working with a lot of very early game weapons still. I should... Yeah, that would explain why I have so much gold right now. Next time I get to a... Okay, here we go. That'll help a little bit. But next time I get to a shop, I'm going to have to really do something about that. Go on a shopping spree. Come on, y'all. Let's go to the mall. Okay. Those guys leave their backs open so much, it's no problem at all. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna probably end up switching this out for something else, but just to make sure that I don't get comboed by a knife thrower to death, I'm gonna be taking that for right now. Just for right now. It's a temporary thing, and I might even switch it out for something else soon enough. But it's like, just seeing invisible enemies is going to be so important. Those knife throwers, especially when I get cursed in this area, are going to be nightmares. Go and go. Ah, man. Dead Cell's most stressful game on television. Said it before, I'll say it again. Let's get going here. Still have a curse that I'm going to get because absolutely. Still have, well, a lot of enemies to fight. I want to try to get the 60 kills. Why not? I think that'll probably make for a good Assassin's Dagger if I can manage to find one in the next area. I think I probably want to prioritize that more than anything else, especially if I can get it synergizing with poison in some way. Because it is already doing so much damage. Phaser, for example, is one-shotting everything. Oh boy. Okay, that'll work. Ah, light. The promise of safety. Yeah. Anything. I mean, Corrosive Cloud's nice and everything, but it's not. Obviously, I am doing just fine without it. I do not need to go grab that thing right now. Corrosive Cloud is also one of those things where it's like, why use that when you can just go get like an alchemic carbine, which works well as a main hand weapon, even outside. You know, it's like even though it's not taking up a skill slot. Yes, please. Good. To get rid of my starter version of that weapon. Yeah, Corrosive Cloud, it's like even with the ability to do bleed as well as poison, I don't know, when I get to that, I'm going to have to do a little bit of experimentation around with it, trying to make something nice work. Because I do like the whole idea, being able to set up synergies very easily. It's just, it doesn't seem very good, I guess. 75% damage reduction, I probably will end up taking that. more than anything else, just because I'm gonna take damage from, unless I can really, oh, almost got me there. Unless I can really blitz down the timekeeper super fast, I'm going to end up taking damage from the shurikens, and that's bad. That's real bad. Okay, just let him come to me, and that works. Gonna have to also obviously keep up my oh, this is not good. Okay, there we go. Lost my kill count, but that's fine. I'm gonna re-roll once. Nothing. I really want an upgraded phaser, but I just don't think it's gonna happen. Okay. Ooh, okay. Managed to actually get out of that okay. Yeah, it's good that I got a phaser immediately at the start here, because it is just... I always like to... I mean, I have been turned around on the phaser in the past, but I always still harbor just a little bit of like, it's not worth taking type of mentality, even though I know it's super good. And there's a reason why I am forcing myself to use it right now. There's a 3-cell door, i.e. Curse Town, USA. And there's a good place to at least get rid of a decent amount of the curse. Thankfully, my axe throwing skills are better than his. I don't know. It's, like I said, you know, you coming down to it, the stress starts to build up. Hold fast or expire, since I'm making just a bunch of Darkest Dungeon references. Hook those, bow. That's cool. Can't. It's not. Obviously, what I'm working with right now is a little bit better. Okay. Oh. I mean, not that much uh-oh, but a little bit of uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's it. I mean, there can still appear a cursed chest in the castle, but come on. There we go. That was the combo that I wanted. I knew it was going to work out real effectively there. Also, even despite losing my kill count after, actually, a little bit trickier when it comes to... Okay, here's a question. Do I have any necklaces that have extra jumps on them? But, I don't know. I'm kind of losing. You can tell that I'm getting a little bit more distracted due to the stress that's coming up here. Yeah, tactics runs going into a challenge rift are not nearly as much of a lock as anything else going into a challenge rift. So I'm going to have to be perhaps slightly... I'm going to have to plan that one out a little bit more than I usually would. Cool. Good combo. Good, good, and good. And then I can see... Oh, wait. I didn't have 4. I thought I had 4 for some reason, and I was like, oh, I'll be fine for a couple seconds. No! No, fool! Okay. Wow. Look at that combo. Wow, I wasn't even like trying to do anything. Gold spells to sell, reveals invisible enemies, obviously still using that. I'll just sell this one. I don't think there's any possibility that I'm going to be taking that anywhere. Okay. That's actually very heartening. Even being melee'd up, that's not a problem. I would much rather have health back than avoid taking a point of malaise. So I'm gonna go check the other... I still have this other necklace here. Maybe that one has double jumping on it, triple jumping, quadruple jumping. Yeah, let's go. Because that's gonna be so helpful for getting over some of the trickier traps in that rift. It's also the one that I want to take because of the whole 75% damage reduction. I think I'll be okay without the curse on and with most of the enemies killed in this area when it comes to invisible dudes. Come on, baby. 2 extra jumps in midair. It's like 2 extra jumps in midair. It's going to get spat out at the end of this area anyway. I'll re-get my necklace. Okay. Not too shabby so far. I'm definitely earning this stat comparatively. Yeah, and something like survival, challenge risks are a gimme. Here, really do have to make sure that I do not get hit by anything. And yes, there's where the double jumps come in handy. Totally worth looking around for that necklace. I mean, provided that I wouldn't get one from the chest, which I did, so not even all that big of a deal. Let's go. This should be a successful... There we go. Perfect, perfect, perfect. That's why I am the master, of course. All right. Reroll the Assassin's Dagger to get... Whoa. Caltripped. Reroll the Assassin's Dagger to get the extra damage on poison. That's going to be so important right now. All right, anything else that I should know about? Yes. Down there, obviously. And then maybe go resell that necklace, because I do want as much money as possible. Should at least be able to get one more stat out of that, if nothing else. I hope. For some reason, I thought I had more scroll fragments than I did. Well, anyway, sell this. Get out of here. Assassin's fight. Well, I think that both of the boss fights that we got going on at this point in time are going to be bad. Just very scary. So, I mean, I'm going to try my best here, but I do think this might be where the run ends. Oh, well, we're looking really good. Really, really good for skills and everything like that. It's just, oh, man. Yeah. Nothing here is very tempting. Maybe the Rampart, but the Rampart is not going to be... The Rampart is not going to be good enough to carry me through much of anything. 100% on poison. Dude, you're killing me with this. Okay. Well, that's I hope I didn't accidentally go past a yeah, it's always a fun glitch. I hope I didn't accidentally go past a 100% on poison I just didn't see. Yep, there's where that 75% damage reduction is going to be coming in handy. Okay. I knew that was going to happen. Stay. Oh, Caltrip's obviously also going to be useful here. I hate that you can turn around from that. There. Okay. Well, not the worst. Not the best. I didn't have to use a potion charge there, but I'm at least at this point in time doing fairly saucy. Not feeling too bad at all. Very mad about... kind of like it. But, no. No, well, that would actually not be a terrible combination, those two items there. But, yes. So, next area, then, I guess I'm going to have to try to get another Assassin's Dagger and try to reroll that to get poison, because this thing is going to be absurdly expensive to reroll at this point in time. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. Juice ain't worth a squeeze. Obviously, disengagement, very much a worthwhile take. Something that's also going to be able to be used multiple times over the course of the run, as opposed to the heart, which is only the once. Yeah. It's, I mean, I don't know. It's going. It's going. Now, this is definitely going to be the area that I want to take it super slow, super slam in. Because, things are going to go very badly very quickly if I let myself get comboed down by a bunch of the demon enemies, for example. Those guys are horrible to deal with. Basically, I think that, yeah, you try to kite them, or you try to aggro them with the axe, and then, okay. I mean, I'm happy to see that, but it's also like an upgraded version of Phaser. I'm just saying. Okay, let him come to me. Phaser, done. I was kind of hoping to take him out in one hit, but, you know, for style, but it's fine too. Stun Grenade honestly could be kind of useful for this type of build, but needless to say, I got a groove going on here. It's working. Don't wanna fix what's not broken. All that phrase, that old chestnut. You know what? Just give that to me, because it's like even not having survival, that will absolutely get me up to full health, easy as pie. And 50% of max HP, which is not too shabby either, but obviously I also want to switch this thing out very quickly. Okay. Going to, all right, be very cautious. That Rampager ain't going to be doing nothing to me because of the Caltrops, which, again, it's like I didn't actually think about Caltrops all that much when I took it. I just thought, slow makes backstabs easier. It's like, no, it's actually like genuinely really good. Look at that. I mean, they basically killed themselves. It's great. And that deals with one of the other enemies that could combo me down so easily if they so chose to. Good. Let's go fight the dual tracker fight. I don't think that's going to be too difficult at all. I think that'll actually be quite a comparatively simple fight. Okay. Aggro, guys, you know? I can also just do this to aggro them. They don't like that either. Oh, it's getting stunned. Yeah, when you get enough damage on... Ooh. Phaser, also obviously super good for taking care of those guys. Okay, right into the spikes. Right into the speakses. Good. Yeah, so I'm gonna be honest, not bad at all. This weapon has been, like, genuinely pretty good for the tactics run that I've been doing. I don't... You know? You gonna try to hit me? Okay, you are. It's like, I don't know how often I would like to do this run. I can't say right now if it's going to be successful. Obviously, bosses I still think are going to be kind of the biggest stickler, but for the time being, this ain't too bad. Yeah, this ain't too bad at all. And I would like to thank you. Won't give me the best day because it's not so bad. Anyway, stupid. You know, Eminem made that song. Okay, there we go. That's kind of what I wanted there. Take you out, and then Phaser Boy's axe combo, no probalo at all. Actually, like, working pretty good. You missed me. You know, despite the fact that this has a very... Oh, no, not an Elite Royal Guard! Ooh, that's no good. Yeah. Good. Ooh. I want to keep that 75% damage reduction. I need it so much. Projectiles do so much damage against me. I mean, you've seen even with... Oh, boy. Teleport down here instead. And I'm going to lay a couple traps for you. Lay a couple eggs for you. Yep. Good. And one more who should be an absolute non-issue. Oh, two more. But whatever. Absolute non-issue, absolutely. Absolute non-issues issue, absolutely. I mean, you know, this is like stealth gameplay. Getting enemies' attentions, getting them separated, getting them, you know, sneaky, being all sneaky and stuff. It's like, I'd like to say that assassin-wise, I'm doing a pretty good job. Yeah, I forgot about that. Hopefully he dies so I don't have to have the cooldown on my head here. A phrase you say when you're playing this game. Okay, and done. Ah! I'm a little bit worried about that fellow, though. That was my bad. Done. Anything of interest? Hey, Super Mario mode. No. Super Mario mode causes more troubles than it solves. Good, good, and good. Good and great. Good. It's not quite there yet. After the next fight, though, I should be able to get another... Oh, wait, no, the Hand of the King doesn't actually give you anything aside from cells, does he? Which doesn't even make any sense. He's not infected. Obviously, this fellow is going to be not too fun to fight. Oh. I'm going to just do that real quick. Obviously, this Thorny is not going to be too much fun to fight, but, you know, what are you going to do? I'm going to be fighting this guy. I'm going to be going for all 3 keys, and I don't see why not. Not really too much I can do about that, can I? Okay, and... Yep, no problem at all. If he got off that spin, though, I would have been dead. Well, actually, no, I wouldn't have been dead, but I wouldn't have been in a very good position, to say the least. Yeah, and I think there's a Royal Guard down there, so nope. Oh, yeah. Don't even forget about this. There we go. Cal troops to the rescue. Yeah, there's a Royal Guard. Good, good. I've never seen an elite one of those guys before. That was worrying. Yes, but hey, it worked out just fine anyway. Scheme, I think, also has been quite a benefit here. It's been doing a lot of extra damage. 10,000 damage for the next hit. Which, I mean, as much as I would like that, again, to be more of a... don't even. As much as I would like that to be more of like a DPS increase over time, I'm not going to be too disappointed at the fact that it's also just a big burst. Bursts are good. Bursts do good for me. Let's, I'm going to try to grab as many of these fellows as I possibly can without getting all of them. There we go. Not too bad. Not too bad. Yeah. Okay, that was a little bit close. But hey, 3rd key right here. And then I can, I still want to go to the shop, because I want to try to get another version of the Assassin's Dagger before I happen to get to the next area. You know, what with it being 100,000 gold to re-roll at this point in time. And I still don't have the right affix on it. I'd rather just get a new one. This one's busted. Customize it too much. Oh, did he hit the spikes? Okay, well, hey, it only works out for me. Good combo. Hand of the King, though, I think is going to get wise to that real quick. I don't know. I really hope that I can get past the Hand of the King. That's kind of the goal here. I do think that it's going to start like getting real rough by the time I get to the 5-cell area. Even as good as this has been going so far. It's like I got few complaints with this run, but I have also been playing surprisingly well compared to how I normally do. What you got? 100% on poison, increased in... I kind of like this one if I could. How much more do I need? Not too much. And really, with this rune on the ground, I might be able to just get it right here. Not quite. Okay, and well, here. Oh no. Oh no. Get down here. Come on. Knew it. Knew he was just waiting for me to get out of there. He's like, ah, you got the advantage right now, but I am much more patient than you. Too bad it's also much more dead. Oh, did I actually get the 60 kills here? I didn't even notice that. Well, that's fun. I don't know if that's going to make any difference, but hey, it's something. Okay. Oh, tactics, man. No, just, come on. Well, at least I regen most of that health. Still, though, that was... Shouldn't have gotten hit there. That was just embarrassing. Downright a disaster. Caltrops, though, might not be too bad. Oh, Wolf Trap is a genuinely great item for comboing with this. Do I want to, though? Wave of Denial is so good. I think I really do, though, because it's gonna be a big DPS increase. It's gonna really make it so that the Hand of the King can't turn around. There's so many good things with it. I mean, I know I already have the Boy's Axe, but the Boy's Axe that's not really built to do that exactly. Unlike the Wolf Trap, which the whole prevents enemies from turning around is such a huge part of it, if I do say so myself. I would also really love to get another phaser, but, you know, hey, maybe there'll be one in the 60 cell door. Or the 60 kill door. Whatever that thing's called. As it is, though, I'm not going to even mess around with the rest of the area. No more stats to be gained. So, what do you got? Punishment. I mean, punishment. Well, to be honest, if punishment's still scaled with survival, that could actually be a real tempting take. But again, it's like the 75% damage reduction from projectiles is really what I'm looking for. And as it is, I don't know, maybe I can try getting phaser to have something. Well, a little late now. 100% on poison? No, but I want 100% on poison, but also like the tactics that I so crave. Oh well, 100% on poison at least, so it'll do a little bit of extra damage. The utility, obviously, it gets you right behind the enemy. It gets the scheme procced immediately. Keep going. Oh no! How'd you hit me? Excuse me. Oh, damn it. Okay. Come on. Nope. Oh my god, what the hell? Go into your next phase, finally. Ooh, boy. I'm gonna actually like kill you real quick to make sure that I'm not dealing with a bunch of explodos, as I like to call them. Okay. Yeah, I knew he was gonna go for it. Not a problem, though. No! Why? Whatever. It's... I'm not gonna say that was good, but... Hey, at least I'll count this as a success. 1 potion charge left. Oh boy, oh boy. This is gonna be something. What do I even... get malaise, get healed. Hopefully food makes its appearance in one way or another. I don't know, man. I'm, oh boy. Well, it's been a run, certainly. Can't say this one hasn't been successful, but, tugging at my collar here. I know I've had a lot of pretty good successes with these runs so far, but I'd like to say at this point in time, it's going to be... Why are you making me do that? I'm not going to, I refuse. I've screwed that up before, and especially at this very vulnerable position right now, I'm not even willing to make it a try. Okay. Yeah. Oh, fun. But also not really, not what I'm looking for. Anyway, yeah, the librarians at least are going to be complete non-entities. What with the whole phaser that I got going on here. Phaser will be taking them down, no problem at all. Yup. Yeah, phaser has also been just very nice for preventing enemies from even doing attacks for the most part. You just like get right to them and just boop, done. Still think that it was worth taking the wolf trap, but you know, give me something good. Give me something I can work with. Not too shabbo. I mean, it's certainly just an upgrade to what I was using before, so can't be too disappointed in that. Ah, no. I hate you so much. And I was just saying how much of a non-entity they were going to be. Well, not when there's other enemies around, as it turns out. You know. Not even gonna worry about it. Good. Good. And gravy. Well, I mean, I guess I can just jump down here. There's enough areas so that I'm not going to get killed from that alone. But still, it's still always kind of a scary prospect. Now, yeah, even if I wanted to go get a potion charge, even if there was some sort of potion charge area that existed in here, it's not really going to work with the whole no money that I have right now. At least no money for this part of the game. Yeah, knock them immediately out of their bombing animation. It's pretty good. All right, all right, all right. 31 tactics. 31 tactics. No, it doesn't even matter anyway. Here, phaser? No. You know what? Since I'm not going to be using my money on anything else, well, bleed propagation for that isn't too bad, but it's also like, what does it matter at this point in time? Okay, there we go. Yeah, getting rid of that librarian after last time is kind of priority one. Public enemy number one. Then I'll go grab that scroll, probably also because... Oh, crap. Nope. I thought I could just phase my way up to... What? How did I not... What? Oh, crap. Yeah, just give it to me. Whatever it is, I don't care. I'll just shove it down my gob right now. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Thankfully, it was not actually infected, but it doesn't really make that much of a difference. Ah, bad things happening. How did I get hit by that librarian? It was a very bad play on my part. I'm not even sure how I did so bad. How I did so do bad. Okay, okay. And, oh, right, those guys can't get stunned. So, opening up the door was more of just a display of power than anything else. Where is the last key? Well, okay, it's obviously immediately upwards from here. Yep. Alienation acceptance combo might have done something for me, but it's also like, ugh, that's a rough one to do. It's a rough, jagged little pill to swallow. Interesting, but no. I'm not going to be taking that right now. That's not really... It's not really fitting into the run as it exists at this point in time, so. I mean, also, yeah, it's like librarian. It's not going to be an issue. I've gotten hit by 2 of them so far. Why do I even talk? Right, because that's kind of an important part of the channel. Whoa! Whoa! Anyway. I guess librarian didn't see me, which is good. God, I am so glad they reduced their aggro range. And there we go. Boom goes dynamite. What else we got going on here? Nothing. It's just tower and away. Oh boy. Also, look at the amount of key items I got down there. Oh god. Okay. I just saw that and I'm like, that's not good. Alright, alright. And, oh, caltrops. Yeah. I didn't realize that they countered bombers so much. Like, that's great. That's very helpful, actually. Oh my god. Oh my god. Just the slightest. Okay, that's nice at least. Anything else of interest going on here, though? Not really. Oh, whoops. Well, can't say I didn't see that coming. I was kind of at least hoping to get to the boss, but let's be honest, with no potion charges and no healing, like being kind of down on health anyway, like having to get through the rest of that area, no health, prospects were not looking good anyway.